I have been intending to go live again. I'm basically, as the title suggests, I'm back in London at the moment visiting Mum. And we have the Miele W562 Prestige Plus 6 here. I'll try and connect my adapter up to the phone without knocking everything over. We're going to be doing a towel wash, and I've got a tripod finally that we can use on the phone. Let's have a look. And then I will try to join on my other phone and we can watch what people are saying. Who's on? Someone's there. Washermania and Washing Boy. Oh bloody hell, I just realised that the that's somehow ended up moving there. There we go. Alright, Shemma didn't have a flashlight, but here we go. Nice chat we had, 9934. There is a 9934, yeah, that one. There's 9934 on, is it Marketplace in South Yorkshire at the moment? I don't know if anyone's picking it up or whatever. It's a 9934W and it's like 20, I don't know how much they want for it. Anyway, so Mum's got this, and hey, surf. Been a while since I've ever used surf. Can't wait to see you what your next machine is. I can't, but you know what, at the same time, I'm actually kind of fed up of reeling machines. It's like, I just want to get filming everything now. And it's a lot, because I know that one day if I have to move their machines again, that'll be a nightmare. So we've got a small towel wash going on here. It's not done too bad. But, of course we have to sand it all. Visiting Mum, yes, indeed. Hey, old Brandy's washers. 20, yeah, that's it, the one. Not bad for a 9934. Mum still hasn't cleaned that bit out, but oh well. So this is the extra large surf. How much is it in there? Wow. 9934.20, now I'm a good owner. Okay, good, so someone's got it. Because I was worried about that. I was like, it really hurt to like let go of it. Here we go, we've got to do London dosage again. I forgot about it, you got to add 25 millilitres more. Oh, do you know what? I really hate this cap because all the conditioner gets inside here, and then when you go to put it back on, it gets around the ring. I've got the, what have I got, the sunshine, what's the, is it Summer Breeze or something? Don't go flying. Trying to do this one bloody handed as well. I like blue conditioner though. I do like the colour of them. Yeah, then you always get that last little bit. And that gets put around the ring. I don't want any stain removers or anything. Maybe, yes. I've got that. Yeah. Though, never uses it. I haven't used Vanish one. Put a scoop of that in, and I'll see that through. At least this Miele the load sensor works on. I've got to have Miele around to actually fix that on my W Classic. Freaking load sensor doesn't work. Right, what we're going to do, Cotton's 95. Ooh, what happened there? Someone's dropped something. We have Water Plus, 1300 RPM. I've always wanted one of these tripods. Hi Sense Lover, hello. Said hi. I like how it says that. How are you? Craig, good to see you, man. Yeah, we're good, thanks. You'll get to see the Lindo dryer after this as well. Mum doesn't really use it, but it's been going strong though. Massive bloody drum there though. I got that 2 years ago, I did. Mum still uses it. It fills the space as well at the end of the day. But I know a lot of people like this Miele, so you know, I thought I'd film her again. Want to do a nice stream. I'm trying to see if I can get to a laundrette tomorrow, maybe. Wash the duvet. She's... How old is this machine now? This machine is 17... Is it 17 years? Yes, 17 years old this machine is. But she does sound very rough. The motor bearings are dry on this thing. Usually a boil wash tends to sort it out though. It's an AG washer in Nottingham for £94. What one is it, by the way? Is it something interesting? You'll see, if you remember the W Classic now, you'll see how different the programming is to this, because that's W1 programmed. Yeah. That's all line scale there. That is how bad our water is down here. I'll be stripping down my hot point to check the bearings on it. Crusader T61. I did see a Crusader dryer the other day on the marketplace, but it was a Creeder style one. Because Reese goes live, he often inspires me to do it, but I thought once my machines are fully all revealed, then I can do a video of like doing some live streams. Miele gets a good boil wash whenever I come down. What if I look, I've not included a towel somewhere. Oh god. I haven't got anything to sit on anymore now. I took my bloody kickstool up. What are we all saying? This brings back memories of this machine. She was in the collection. God, you want us to do the races between this and the 953. Oh. And she wasn't sat in this spot, she was sat to the left. I know for a while they did swap places. In 2017 to 2018. Going strong, I mean, proven the amount of use this machine gets, technically. What I just found? Paracetamol on top of the Miele. Be 8 kilogram, 1400%. Does Linda Dry have the cotton eco cycle or just the cotton? Because I'm interested to know if it's the same one as mine. Yes, it does. It has. If you know the model number of yours, ZDC8203WZ is what mine is. Good dryer though. The only thing I don't like about it is that 2-minute sensing it doesn't start. I like dryers to just get on with it straight away, but it's been alright though. Uki saying WD64A3064. Does your mum keep the dryer clean? She's vacuumed it out, yeah. With the vacuum we have, yeah. I did that with the Bortnet the other day, poured out a massive clump of fluff on that. Hello Samuel, I'm good, you? Yeah, it's like... Surf is very strange how it acts in certain water areas. How long will your first edition last? It will last as long as you want it to last. Machines will last however long you make them last. They're built for a certain time, some of them, but every art we cut down to 1 hour and 25. What I wish my bloody Miele W Classic would do. There's Mum again. Well, say hi to everyone, they've all missed you.
Hello everybody.
Let's turn around and say hi.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, all my YouTube fans have missed you because obviously all my washing machines are filmed by myself now.
Yes, in London for a while, so he's using my machine.
What's it? Hi.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
When you work at British Harbour Nation, will you get clothes? I just used the towels that they had there, but sometimes I would take stuff out of the bags that were meant for the other store, and I'll just use, I don't know who that is, some sort of...
In a queue.
I was watching the old video of this machine, and then she's featured in the live stream. How lucky am I? There you go, you did it at the right time. Bosch and Becker Lover high, Washermania high. I still can't believe that Indesit went mad. Neither can I, actually. I was surprised it didn't smash the door glass with how bad it got, but yeah. Needless to say, it did nearly take the worktop off the whole kitchen though for that. But most of the rented places around where I am, they all seem to have Indesits. Some of them though have the newer one with the blacked out door shield on them. Needless to say, they are spotless though. They're not like the one I've got. Right, yeah, I thought you guys would love to see them again. I do miss having them in the back of my videos. It was quite fun. Because obviously in the Gears and Towels to test machines. Not to test the machines, but towels that they used to like clean furniture with and like from the kitchen there and whatnot they would. But I used to go into the bags because we had another, if you know British Harbour Nation, you've got a home and sort of like clothing store, and then there's the electronics store, which is one I worked in. I sometimes used to go into a bag and get some of like towels out of some of the bags and just use them. Ron just is near talking to Jacko, but he was tired. Yeah, I think they tend to normally come on a little bit later. That dynamic next, that lid was a nightmare. Dynamic next. Is that the black one that I had? Because that I don't know what happened. The owner got water on the lid and the wood puffed up in it, and I couldn't get the lid out. Cool cars. Does the mum still use Express 40? Pretty much all the time she uses on that machine. The worst thing about the cycle, it doesn't even hit 40. It actually hits 30 because there's no way it can heat to 40 in 11 minutes, effectively. Buddy would have loved that 9934. Oh, God, yeah. I only know one collector who's got a 9934. It's a shame because I do want a 99 series, but unfortunately it's not the one I wanted, though. There were some treasures from BHF that the 9530 came from. Yep, that's where the 9530 came from. What else did I find in there? There was once a Hotpoint WDM73, but I never got to test it. It had, I don't know what they'd done to it, but the side got dented. There was a WT761 in the warehouse today when I went back there. I remember the wall wash on that Indesit. Oh yeah, that as well. Happy Sunday, buddy. Happy Sunday, guys. Like eco washers or quick washers? I hate eco washers. I don't like quick washers. I just like machines that can do a decent cycle in probably the time that this does. Hour and a half for a oil wash, something like that. I know, yeah, Washboy 2000. He was the first person who had a WT761, and I actually remember it. I know, I agree, Noah. Like, and you can hear that sound. That's the motor bearings in this. But I think I once in British Harbour Nation had a WD420 in, but I never got round to testing it because it had they pat tested it before I got to test it, and it's, I mean, they wrote it off. I was annoyed about that. I got the dial off it though. We don't have a test of on-tail workplace. It should be 3-hour washable. Not for me, I know. I hate machines that take ages. That's why I hate using the Samsung in a ball wash. When I filmed it, it was so long. Cool Cars 95. No offense, can you please stop saying hi all the time? You're literally just spamming the chat with the same thing over and over again. I thought that hot one it installed, but nice. Yeah, it wasn't yellowed or anything as well, because some of those I've noticed are going yellow, but at first I was like, is it sandstone? There's been a couple of Soundstone ones that I've kept going. Do you want... Would you like to see a video of... Yeah, go for it. I like people cleaning dryers. I quite like doing it myself when I get a dryer. And I agree, Janik, and he'll get himself kicked off the line if he does that, because when you spam it just makes the... Right, Callcast 95, if you don't stop you're going to get kicked off the live. With this model of Hot One Ultimus WT640, they're not a common... Funny enough, I did see a WT640 recently. I don't know what colour it was though, but I do remember seeing that model and I was like, that is really rare. What dryer do you like? I like any that match the 95. I like the 9320 and D6042 Hoovers. And the one that matches my Creeder as well. Now see, look how sudsy that's getting. Surf is weird because it gets sudsy in hard water. Because a lot of other detergents don't. I agree, Noah. In fact, the whole WML range, I can't figure out what goes where. As for newer hot points, my mind is just lost with what range comes and what. I feel it's a shame because I did love knowing what range went from what. Especially because some of them had like, they reused the cabinets for like the newer ranges, and then you didn't know whether it fitted in with the yeah, it just gets too much. Someone's mentioned Jordan. Aha, he's here. Good. But the tripod I've got is one of those ones where you fold it up and it comes into a... Oh, so maybe brush motors still... Yeah. The thing is nowadays, like, it was a shame because I was looking for temporary machines and someone was getting rid of a 10 kilogram Hisense like what Dorian has. And at first I read it wrong because they said, oh, it's a problem with the motor, probably the brushes. And I went, oh, nice, easy fix. Wait a minute, that's an inverter motor. The whole motor needs replacing probably. So I was like, it is the only part when you know an inverter motor goes wrong, you know it's the motor. I do enjoy changing brushes on machines because I've kind of gotten used to doing it on both hot points and like other machines where you go under the machine to do it. Most of them use the same sort of brushes anyway. But the brushes on Miele's, nah, I kind of hated doing that. But it was easy because all you had to do was just take the side of the machine off really for it. Oh, you're probably right, Noah, actually, yeah. People will just put what they think it is, but it was probably the board. Yeah, this machine is now 17 years old, so effectively it's exceeded what Miele said their machines... Because they said if you're using the machine as much as we use this one, you should only be getting 10 years of use out of the machine, but we've gotten 17. The only repair we've had was brushes and a heating element. That's all this machine's had. Oh, and I fixed a rip in the door. There was a rip in the door seal at the top where the jet comes in, and the cascade fan, I just bodged it up a little bit. I wish this did the distribution tumbles on this wash though. Oh, now we're doing straight out fast tumbles now. We do the 55 RPM tumbles now. Catastrophic Vestal machines are awful. Vestal machines go bang. Or you get Vestal ones that will shake the concrete weights off the front of the machine and then you cannot reattach it. The amount of ones Phil's had to repair on his workshop series that have always had the weight coming off the front. Jacob Nona said the 9934 washer dryer. Okay, excellent. I'm glad someone saved it. Well, so, not to mention, Bradley, this machine went halfway across the world. Went all the way to Australia and back. And the only thing she received was that little dent there. So, but apart from that, she survived. It was fun having this machine out in Australia, though. It was actually fun. I don't know if Jacob's in this community, to be honest. I haven't spoken to him since like 10 years ago, probably. The last thing I spoke to him about was he was getting rid of his Hotpoint 9520W, and he asked if I wanted it or so, and I was like, nah, it's... But that's the last thing I remember talking. That's 2018, that was. Not put together from the factory properly. Yeah, it's horrible what they did, what happened to the 9530. But in many ways, it sounds horrible. I was glad it did happen to that machine, because if it happened to the A3060, there would have been no chance of me getting any fascias for that machine. Hard to believe it's been 6 or 7 years since Australia. Well, it was 7 years since we came back, because we came back end of this month, 7 years ago. The WD, honest to God, I wish I'd taken some more machines off Matt and Elliot. But I like the fact they gave me that Hoover to repair the A3060 with, and that saved that machine's life. I just wish they'd given me the other one that had a black door seal, because the A3060 would have been 100% original then with the black seal. Around to Bosch Lover. Just some people just decide they don't want to do any more videos. Some people get busy with life, they get families or whatever, or things happen. I guess that's what just happens to people. No, exactly, Janet, and that's the reason why I, as much as I absolutely would love an Ariston Margarita like what I had in Australia, because they're welded tubs, I would never get one, because if the spider buggers up on it, the whole machine's trash. I'd rather have something that I know I can always repair. It's like I found out the hard way that the Hoover 6 actually has a welded front to the machine. I didn't know you can't take the front panels off those machines, so I'm going to have to maybe rig up some kind of modification for that. But yeah, I never knew. I went to try and take the front off to spray it. What's crazy? I don't know, Pedro. Literally, Pedro, I don't know who's leaving or whatnot. You'd have to ask What's Crazy yourself. But he just hardly ever uploads now. I speak to him like most days. He speaks to me on Facebook and everything, so... But he doesn't really do videos as just what he films at British Art Foundation. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, What's Crazy is one of the original people. He was actually the first person I had round to see my machines. Because Chris was, laundry handler Chris was one of the first, he was the first person I met, and then it was Phil. Watch Chris' old videos. Yes, Byron still do. No, Washing Boy, you can't repair the spiders on the Indesit ones because they're sealed. The tubs are welded together, so you can't remove them. I wish your washing machine used to have a Washer Crazy. I miss doing stuff like that. Like, I would love to have a place where I could have my machines hooked up and I could just have people around, like, for that sort of thing. But it's just difficult because, like, I can only have one machine hooked up, and it's such a difficult thing. Because all the machines I have are actually working now. For once in my life, everything's actually working. Well, apart from the Miele W Classic that doesn't load sense. It's a unique combination of wheel order race with drop bearing. Because I like the way they have the X frame at the back. Like Miele have kind of got that with their tubs as well, but you've got to get the tub out of Miele's. But I like that. You just replaced a frame at the back with the bearings on, and they were so easy to repair. I made a washing machine again for the Brandon's videos. Well, I'm glad to have been an inspiration for you, and I hope that more people get inspired to make channels. Well, technically no, it's 13 if you count the dishwasher. But yeah, 12 washing machines. Well, 11 washing machines and 1 washer dryer I've got, yeah. Welcome to Phil Workshop. Yeah, but people who cut the drum, you risk not being able to seal that back up. That's the only problem. It's a risk you take if you uncut the drum. You've got to be able to know how to seal it up. And that's not a risk I'd ever want to take, because knowing me, I'd bugger it up and do something wrong where it would leak. Yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying about the spiders being very thin. Something like a 1600 machine, I would not trust a thin spider on. Phil's workshop, he had to move, he did, so he's just not been able to do it. He wants to start up again at some point, but he doesn't know when. But I love that. I love seeing him do all that stuff. God. That's getting nice and sudsy, that is. Surf does, though. Surf does get sudsy in hard water. Been watching you in sport when you just filmed the Miele. Watch me. Hey, no, be grateful you've not adapted my fussiness with machines, though. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I mean, it has saved me 10 years. It's taken me to just get 12 machines. That most people have gotten that within like 2 weeks. Phil never shows what his programs are. No, but I think because his videos are so long, I think that's also another reason why he just doesn't. Finding that the server's getting more sudsy in the hard water. I know, it wasn't this way about 5 years ago. But I like this now. If this was doing the spin clean distribution tumbles, it'd be very interesting to see how that reacts. To be honest, there was an Ariston Margarita 1500 one in Manchester, and I was probably in my mind, I thought the same thing. It probably does do 1600. Because when I had that hot point here, that hot point extra, no, what was it, that one? Style. It said it was 1150 RPM, but actually it was 1200. It even said it on the manual and the sticker at the back, it said it was 1200. You're talking on Instagram about your collection, you mentioned the fussy part. Yeah, because when you look at, like, say, Matt and Elliot in Australia, they've got, like, 2 shed loads of machines, but they said the one thing that they don't like is how you use space up and then they get attached to machines. But with me, I suppose I've been able to save space because I only allow what I know I'm going to keep in the collection, like now. I'm trying a new formula for Tropical Lily. Well, this is the 75 wash one that Mum's got. Get that a little bit closer and just have a little look at that. Oh. Oh, my arm is going to get numb. Yeah, I would say your Starwing 1550 as displayed. Because actually, there is a Hotpoint WM, I think it's the WM69 or 68 that does, it says it does 1150 RPM, but I reckon it's just 1200 pretty much. No, the front panel is dented in slightly. And that happened when it came back from Australia. So I've had to put that piece of cardboard here, because otherwise this rattles on spin really badly. Yeah, there is a slight gap there where the front's gone in, and that's where I tried to bang the front panel back out and it just won't come back out again, so I thought I ain't going to risk that. Do you have an iPad now, Brad? I do have one at home, yes, but I'm filming this on, this is an old phone that I'm using, and my real phone is up here, and oh my god, I can't even get up. I'm not going to show how my hand looks. I can't get up. We ever do a detergent collection video? Probably not, because my detergent collection changes so quickly because I go through so much so quick, because I always get very small boxes. What's surprising? What? See, that's one thing with me though, like I tell because when I do videos of inverter motor machines, I go by the vibration of the machine. That's how I know what speed it is. But the problem is with the cameras sometimes, they make it look slower, which is why I think some people look and they go, your machine's actually spinning at this speed. I'm like, no, by eye, it's doing 500 RPM. But some of them are, I mean, if you've got a GEC motor machine, I know by the stage of the sound what speed it's doing. A lot of motors you can tell. Or some machines, I do vlogs, but I don't add them on this channel. I have a separate vlogging channel that I don't of like to give out because I want it to get better attention, basically. Let's I see this machine again. Yeah. Miele, as long as Mum's got this machine, she'll make an appearance at times. But I am planning to try and film a laundrette tomorrow. There's one close to my nanny's that has got Electrolux waskaters in it. I really, really want to film one. Did you also have an issue with the machine in your collection, by the way? Just the W... It's not really an issue. The W Classics load sensor won't work, and apparently it needs a software update. So unfortunately, I had to get a warranty out of the machine, get Miele around, and then I'll cancel the warranty after that. Do you like Miele W4? No, I hate the W4000 and the W1000 line. They look awful in my opinion. How's the spider not gone with this? I do not know, honest to God. Especially because they're aluminium spiders, which they're known to corrode on these Mieles. Head off, good. Nice to see you later. Take care, man. I hope you have a good one. And you can rewatch this afterwards because it's going to be posted up on there. If you stock up on powder tablets, Amazon's sending a person on bio. They are, but Sainsbury's are selling it for exactly the same price or cheaper. However, I do want to find older aerial tablets, but I don't know where these collectors are getting them from. Miele drum spiders snapping is rare, aren't they? They're not rare, because it has happened. It just depends, I suppose, how you use the machine. But because they're aluminium, they do corrode on these. I feel, Mr. Start, she's got Surf Tropical Lily 75 wash and Comfort Fresh, and there's also a pink Asda, I think it's an Asda conditioner. Do you make paper poppers? What's that? Paper poppers. Well, there's people that are getting like boxes of these old aerial tablets from like 2005, the ones that they used to do Bosch adverts with. But I have no idea where they get it from because I look on eBay and I can't ever find any. I would love to be able to use them in like my Bosch and everything. Geez, not since she's still... I don't know, it's nice. Probably just went for whatever was cheaper at the time. Hi Brian, how are you? I'm good, Harlan Jones, good to see you. Yeah, shame, but it is a shame about the W Classic because I didn't even think that the load sensors could stop working on them. But maybe, I don't know, maybe because it's got W1 programming, it has something to do with that. How does she like the Lindo? She doesn't really care, to be honest. To her, it's a dryer, I guess. Do you scare your mum? Yes, I do, a lot of time. To be honest, the W Classic is a bit of a disappointment to me because I was expecting the machine to be like this, but it's probably the only Miele I'm ever going to be able to have because I do not know what other Miele I can get that can fit what I'm looking for, really. It's hard. The motor bearings on this, they are absolutely rubbish. You can actually hear the whining of them as it's turning and that sound. The heat of this wash might sort it out, but otherwise this machine sounds like an angle grinder. I've literally, to the point where my mum started noticing it. Just going in the middle of the night, no. I never do stuff like that to my mum because that can give someone a heart attack doing that. What would your requirements be for a Miele washer dryer? Unfortunately, the only reason I don't want to get a WT2780 is because it hasn't got the sculpted side panels. I did not know they don't have the sculpts on the side of them. But I don't trust myself with a Miele wash dryer because the amount of stuff I start mucking around with in the menu. No, this Miele doesn't have a cotton 75. This is cotton's 95. Yeah, this machine, the shocks are definitely going on this machine now. I can tell that. How old is the machine? She's 17 years old right now. We bought her 27th of January 2009. Yeah, so August makes the machine 17 and a half. Do you do service mode on washing machines? Only for cleaning purposes. However, none of my machines really have a service mode, to be honest. Only the Bosch might have one. W Classic's got a service menu, but not a service mode. She probably won't see 20 because I probably would have destroyed the machine by then. Because I will, at some point, I will, when I get a suitable place, take this machine and then use her as an experiment machine. But let her have a few more years or whatever here. And this is so uncomfortable sitting on the floor, but I realised I took all my chairs up with me. Sure, as an old machine, it's pretty rare that holds that long. Well, Miele were built to last 20 years, so I think if they didn't last that long, I'd be very surprised. But for the amount of use this machine's taken, we should have only got about 10 or 12 years out of her. The Samsung though, I used service mode on, and I used that to spin a duvet that I realised was too big for the machine to wash. Bosch has a menu you can change the spin speed. Yes, I believe they do. Apparently it can be done on the W Classic, but on this they can. I don't know how. I didn't know it was possible. Why? She sounds as rough as fuck. Oh, you ain't heard anything. And if I hadn't done a boil wash, she'd be sounding even worse. Miele have lost that model on the 1-1 sadly. Yeah. Well, I knew it was bad when they changed their guarantee from 10 years to 5 years. That's how I knew it was bad. But this machine is no longer on a warranty. We had 10 years and then we got an extended 5 years, and then we didn't think the machine was going to see past 15 years. Would I ever add a Dyson washing machine to my collection? If I can find the right colour and one that's got an enabled contra rotator that doesn't cost nearly £400, then yeah. But unfortunately, it's always the wrong colour that pops up whenever I find one. Which is annoying, because one did show up with a contra rotator enabled, but it was the purple one. And I was like, that's not the one I want. I think it's the CR01 Memory is the one I want, with the white-ish door, but the purple outline to it. Yeah, but Janet, that's not as heavy as an 80s AEG. Try lifting an 80s AEG Lavmat 803S. They weigh 150 kilograms, they do. You need 3 people to move one of those. She does need to do 95, but she sadly never will, I don't think. She never uses that. Probably hardly uses the 60s, so... Biggest entertainment on the spins? Well, there is one large bar sheet in there. So, probably. But that's used a lot more water for that load size on this. This is what I quite like. There's not two Johns that have Tyson Chrome memory. Yeah, he had this. He had both versions of it. Because I've seen CR02s. Shane Dorian had one, and it was completely seized up. It was just an empty shell, though. Yeah, Dyson's one of those machines. Like, I've stocked up on parts for them because if I ever get one, I'm probably going to end up hammering it with use. It probably might end up being one of my daily drivers. It'd probably be the only machine I'll have that can take a duvet. Because the 7 kilos would look massive when I saw one. Wishy-washy guy, good to see you, man. I'm good, how are you? Oh, which wash has uploaded testing number 91? Did you not already exceed 91? Can you not make aerial tablets? No. Well, you probably can, but I don't do that. Again, that's one of those things. I have to buy it as tablet. Measure vlog time. I want to do vlogs, anything that I do travelling. It could be, so I've done vlogs when I used to visit Manchester. I've done vlogs of visiting, I think I tried to do a Comic-Con vlog as well, I did. But also going to people's, like, places in America. How's Mia doing? No problems with it. Apart from sounding absolutely rough with the motor bearings, yeah, she's still going fine. A Hoover Axie. Oh my god, I forgot about the Hoover Axies. I actually forgot they existed. Wow, yeah, I forgot about the Hoover Axies with the smoke doors on them and everything that you couldn't really ever see in. Wow. That's the first time I've forgotten that a range existed of machines, but yeah. Racer Day is back, hey. Oh, God. Who's... vacuum cleaner videos as well. Someone filmed one on YouTube and it was like a 1600 Hoover Axie, but it was just rattling. Like you couldn't hear anything but the machine itself. Do you have Dyson? Yes, I have 3 Dysons in my collection. 2 DC04s and 2 DC01s I have. Where they are, the build quality. Annoys me that Ariel didn't do them. I know. Do you know? Because I remember. I think Sainsbury's and Asda are the last two I know that do washing tablets still. But even with Sainsbury's, it's only very certain stores that do them. Because I've been to some of the big ones and they don't have any. You want the heating on? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's off.
My oldest vacuum is.
Thank you.
Actually, not my oldest, but I think it's a handheld I've got from the 80s. I think it's a Kirby Vacuette. I think it is. I've still got the whole handheld ones here, actually. You're a travel vlogger, mostly. The thing is with me, like I vlog, but I think what I find hard is I've got no one to vlog with, and I get very self-conscious about filming in public sometimes. Like that's the only thing, or talking to myself is like a hard thing. I use AirPods obviously, but I struggle with like sort of filming a lot of things. Like I'd love to film more like of these. So when I went to America, like my friend would hold the camera when we were at like theme parks and everything like that. But it was also trying to get onto like rides with a camera and sort of get one that like I wanted to get like a GoPro chest strap that I could use, but I never had the finance to buy one. See, a DC07 I want as well. I want the red and purple one, and I think that might complete my collection of what I want in Dyson really, although I need to get a cylinder one. Maybe a DC02 I need to get. I do still need to actually get a Henry, but I actually do not have a Henry vacuum. I've only got the other ones, but trying to find a 2006 Henry Micro seems to be very hard. Because they always turn up somewhere where I can't get them. They're like so far away. But I'd like a red Henry because that's like the iconic one. Right, let me start and put the bloody heat on. I don't like modern machines, but when you ever look in the shops, to be honest, no, I don't even bother looking in Currys anymore because I just get no enjoyment out of it anymore. It doesn't feel the same like it used to be when I could go in and there were still things I liked. Yes, the Indesit is my landlord's machine, so it's not exactly, it can't go anywhere. It's the silver and blue one I've got on my post-it. Oh, that's a nice colour, the silver and blue one. I like any Dysons that got blue on them. They just look really... Dorian had a pink and grey one, he did. I think. It was a DC07. Oh my god, it looked good. Does that have cooldown programming? It's supposed to, but I disabled it. Same thing I did with the W Classic. So... just go straight into drain, and it should be about 38 minutes we go into drain. In fact, we're still heating, we are. I just wish I had a proper camera in the days of like 2007 or so. I mean, I was only 10 years old, but when I could have filmed when we still had decent machines. Living an experience with the Indesit? No, because I can't risk breaking that machine now, because if I do, I'm going to be buggered. So I've decided just not to touch the Indesit now, if anything happens. Yeah, that's what I mean, because I remember it's been recommending people. Yeah, sometimes we still use hoovering. I've heard people in other countries say it now as well, but yeah, I'm one of those people that says vacuuming. Like, it's one of them things. I'm just picky with my sort of vocabulary. It's like, I tend to correct people on a lot of things that maybe shouldn't matter to me what they say, but to me it's like someone calling a washer dryer a washing machine really triggers me for some reason. Like, because I get it, not everyone knows the difference. Some people don't even know a washer dryer exists, but like, where we get a Candy Pro Wash, if that's a modern machine, no, I'll never get a Candy. You won't find me getting anything Candy past the 1980s Candy Dominoes, basically. And even then, that's if I can find out how you put a brush motor on one, because I know some of them were brushed. Literally, do you have any Miele Hoovers? No. I did have one, but I sold it on. I got given it for free for someone, and nothing was wrong with it. And I sold it and made like £45 on it. But I had all the tools and everything with it. It was a C3, I think it was. For the washer dryer combo. And they call it that in Australia as well. Australia call it washer dryer combos as well. Oh, there we go, we stopped heating. Unfortunately, I don't have my temperature gauge, but that is bloody hot. Josh, Super Washer Lab. Do I have a VAX one? I have two VAXs. I have a 6131T and a VAX 111. However, I need to get an accessories kit before I can film the VAX 111. Dennis Bernard, as I said, if it's a modern machine, it's not welcome in my collection, so no, I never would be getting it. Miele, nothing newer than the W Classics. The Medivac, that still needs the wheel sorting out. I need to put a rivet on the edge of the... I need to put a rivet on the edge of the wheel to stop it coming off. But I want to get a second one that I can actually use, because that one is just, it's so good, I just put it on, it's now on display. Have you ever used a Shark one? I have used one... No, well, I've used one in British Heart Foundation on test, but I never ever actually properly used one. Pneumatic Medivac. Yes, it's the Medivac Compact. I think, is it Med 082, I think is the model number. It's from 2006. I didn't know they kept that design going for so long. But it came with a massive bag of accessories. So it's just like, I only got it for £60, but it was immaculate. I probably think the owners ever actually used it once and then just thought, no, we don't need this vacuum. But then there's the bigger Medivac 1000 and there's the microfilter one, that's quite a big one. Yeah, vacuum cleaners, I'd like to sort of get some more. But not really, I mean, I'm into a lot of Vaxes, like Vax 2000. I want to get the Vax 6131, the original version, from like the early 2000s. Do you have the LG Direct Drive? Dennis Burner, I sold that thing like 5 years ago, that machine. That's gone, that has. That was sold 5 years ago, that machine. I mean, considering I don't make any videos of the machine, that kind of tells you it's gone. Oh, bloody nightmare that LG was. It was the biggest waste of money I ever chose. I thought it was something I'd like, and then that was what drove my hatred for them even more. That Gorenja was sad, because I actually knew people who wanted it off me. And I know I could have traded something for it. I could have actually, someone would have traded me something for that. But I only got one video out. I fixed the shock absorbers, went to do a test wash, and then the tub had leaked where it had cracked the tub from banging around so much, and it threw water over the motor, and the machine went off in a big bang. Oh, Bradley, don't mind me with the 953OW, because the one thing I didn't save from that machine was the speed controller. If I'd saved that, I could have put that on Barbara and she would have had a more powerful ramp up. But I didn't know it was a such thing on those machines until I threw the machine away. Yeah, I was just really upset when I realised I could have actually put that on Barbara. But she did look very nice, because I do prefer brown and white hot points. I'm not a big fan of Gorenja. To be honest, neither am I. I like the older Gorenjas, like the 90s models, but nothing else really. He does, yes. He's got quite. I think he's got like a couple of Gorenja dryers actually. Ooh, we need to vacuum behind the cooker. How much do you love Miele? I love them the same as pretty much every other brand. But sadly, I'm never going to get to enjoy them, because the only Miele I could probably ever have is the W Classic. Oh yeah, God, the 953. I was actually scared of the 953W because that was how I remember them as a kid. Was the way that that ramped up really fast. That did. But she was a later model though because she was from like 87 or something. I think that one. There was the original door had been lost, but yeah. But a cabinet wasn't as stable either, so that's what didn't help the machine on spin. I still have a drum though, I do. I use that as like a basket. See you later, Tennis. Thanks for joining. We're at 43 minutes now. I can hear that. Miele shop in Edinburgh Centre. Oh, I wonder what... Oh yeah, the Miele Experience Centre. When I went there to the one in Oxford, in Abingdon, it was 2016, yet they still had a W578, which is from like 6 years before, but for some reason they had one of those on display. Do you remember the Hoover? Yes, I remember that day when the A3060 blew a motor. I miss my granddad's Indus IWB 111. I had an IWB 111 in British Harbour Nation, but the spider had collapsed on it. Those Induses had powerful motors, because I had the WIDL 102, only 1,000 RPM, but that thing was so powerful. There's still everything in there. Damn. Wish I'd have seen more of the older Mieles in store. Well, actually, there is a W5748 on Marketplace at the moment. I don't know what's wrong with it. I think it's the brushes need replacing. They have a 1980s washing machine in the store next to a higher end today's model. Oh, maybe I'll have to check that place out. I want to check this place out in Kettering that's got... They save things from landfill and they've got washing machines and you only have to pay like £20, £30 for them. But I don't know what... No one's ever filmed the machines that are there, so I've not really been able to see. I know they say old vacuum cleaners though. There we go. Harlan Jones. I've just said, if it's a modern washing machine, I would never be getting it. It is illegal to have that in my house because I hate it that much, so no. The answer is no. If it's a hot point that's later than 2006, it's not welcome in my home. Basically. The Sunstorm you placed years ago. Which Thunderstorm was that? We've had quite a few here, actually. The one in 2024 was really bad that we had here. What's the most modern machine you'd have? Wishy Washy Guy, you already know the answer to this because you've seen it. What's wrong with machines for 2020? I hate every modern machine. You will never find me owning a modern machine in my collection. Or any modern appliance in the collection, actually. That's... The only reason the W Classic's allowed is because that machine's technically a design from 2001 that was just continued. But it was a design they never changed, basically. Other than that, that's why the W1s are not something I would ever have. Exactly. So that's exactly... I'm the only collector who will probably never have a modern machine. The only sad part about it for me is that I will never be able to go into Curry's and buy my own machine to do an unboxing video. I think that's the only part of me that I feel really sad about, that I won't ever get to do that. No, WFT8... What's a WTF860? Yeah, no, inverter motor machines are also deemed illegal by my rules. They cannot be... only brushed motors are allowed in my collection. So would you take the early made? No, because it's not... it doesn't conform to my rules. It's a WF style machine with an Indus drum. The only 1400 hot one I take of that is the WD440 and the WF340. I miss Comet, honest to God. Especially when we had an outlet store that sold refurbished machines. Well, I'm worried about the petrol shortage because I can't even stock up on petrol. That's the worst part. WF240, yes, but it has to be zircon silver. It has to be graphite. And unfortunately, that's not very common. You either find them in sandstone or polar white. What is the ALWF860? I've never heard of that machine. No, Janek. Has to be WD440. So technically the WD440 is kind of the only machine I'd want of that entire range. I would have loved the WD860 if it was brushed because it's perfect. I know another shop called Powerhouse. I remember those. I remember when my local town had a Bright House to it where you could go in and rent appliances. Here we go. The hay fever again. Do you click your fingers? Actually, click your fingers twice. That's the thing from Wednesday, that is. Oh, Jesus Christ. I shouldn't be sitting on the floor like this. Oh, I don't even have my kickstool with me. Gate, put that up. Washmere had the rares. Yeah, sandstone is... Though there's been quite a lot of sandstone recently turning up, but it's very hard to see if the person's taking it with poor lighting. Grandma had a 954 when I was little. Oh, God, yeah. I ran into a couple of 9.5s when I was little that I was actually quite scared of. Not just my nanny's one. A neighbour had, I think, a 9534, I think she had. Or 24, I don't know what it... Oh, I don't remember what it was. Broken trims on the side, and I just literally was... Yeah. Like the thing, the WD860 is like... It's like almost like a WMA64 water dryer form. The only reason I wouldn't have it is because it's brushless motor. That's the only problem with that. If it was brushed, it would be absolutely perfect because it's also a sensor washer dryer. Like, when I realised it, nothing in my collection is going to be a sensor dryer. It's quite funny to think that. Do you look at John Lewis washers back in the day? Yep, Curry's as well, Comet. In fact, my earliest memory of Curry's was... One of the earliest memories I remember. Do you click your back or neck? No, I never do that. Curry's, I remember the one we had. So you got Curry's here, and then across the road from the Great West Road is PC World. I remember going up, so that's when they used to be separate. And you're talking like 2001 here. I remember going up the stairs to PC World, looking at Curry's, and there was two of the Zanussi IZs in the shop front. It was the white one and the silver one. It was just really nice seeing them there. The green knob was... Oh yeah, the rubber ones. I've seen quite a few of those around, actually. What else I remember on Curry's? The earliest memory I have of Curry's was the last of the Zanussi Director models and the Hoover Performers. Yeah, I remember seeing the very first WMAs when they came out. I remember seeing the WMs in Curry's as well. I was only about 3 years old. That was just brief remembrance. Yeah. I remember the W900 Miele's being there as well. I remember when the Hoover Nextras first came out, I was kind of confused as to what they were about. Because I always remember on the side of the lid, they've got that squiggly bit that reminded me of the Hot Point side panels it did. Washed on display in Argos. No, I don't remember because my Argoses didn't have them on display, I don't think. I remember when Iceland sold appliances, and I remember going upstairs in 2001 and seeing a Hoover 6 up there. And they had their own brand was called Ocean, I think it was. Iceland's own brand, and Iceline for the fridge freezers, I think it was. Oh, here we go, we're draining it. 34 minutes. Wow, that's gone down. I have an iPad Air 2, I think. iPad Air, I think it is. I've got blue one. Very fast and it's very good for filming with. I have used it to film trains before. Tesco sold the Pro Action ones. I remember when they came out. IKEA, yes, I remember the very first IKEA Renlig ones, the ones that were like that. The one that I had here on temporary machine, I remember that coming out. And I was just like, it's an Electrolux machine. I always remember looking and going, it's an Electrolux. I remember when Co-op sold washers. I mean, toy washers you have, I have about 9. They're all still here at this house. Well, let's see what happens there. That's probably going to faff for a bit, because there's one big towel in there. Oh, jeez. Sector style washers have the midsection on the top floor. Yes! There you go. Balancing issues. But this machine, again, what I like is we do 3 attempts, and the third one we reduce the sensitivity. W Classic does not do that. W Classic's got a set level of sensitivity, I think. I remember Argos catalogues. Yeah, I remember also when you could go around Currys and get a brochure of every range that there was. Now you can't get anything. I stupidly got rid of all my brochures. I wish I never bloody did that. But I do have a Whirlpool 6 cents brochure. That is so not going to spin that. Oh my god, I am so uncomfortable on the floor right now. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I remember the Currys Aristons. That's why actually in Currys I saw the Ariston Dialogic, and I've never seen one ever since in person. I just briefly remember seeing it in the Currys in Hammersmith, because it said on the drawer spin and light spin, and it had the push out dial. Here we go. No sun's up on this one. Who remembers Index, part of Littlewoods? That was where we got the WA64 from, was Littlewoods. There you are. That's the motor bearings. Who else do I remember? I remember when Euronics first came out, and it was the talking plug on the TV of it. It was voiced by the same guy who voices Bob the Builder, Neil Morrissey, that was it. You ever seen washers in the range? No, never seen it in the range. Water Plus can be programmed to do extra rinse or increase the levels, or both. So this one's programmed to do extra rinse and increase the rinse and wash levels. So yeah, we'll do 3 rinses. But you can change it to do... This one does it because the machine never sees the hot water in, and this I use the machine, so it calms down. Smash the kitchen unit. Sounds like what bloody Barbara would have done. Machine's still going strong. Yeah. The only thing that's wrong is the motor bearings, but apart from that. How's the soul washing and dryers? I don't remember them selling it. But I know where would have sold it. The super centres would have. The ones, because we have one up in Milton Keynes Central, and there's another one in, what is it called? There's another one in Watford Junction that is called a super centre, but it used to be a Walmart. It actually was a Walmart, it was at one point. And yeah, they sold washers in there. Wow, those bearings, motor bearings are awful on that. I love shopping at Asda too. The one near me is a 24-hour Asda I can go to, so I sometimes drive there at night when it's quiet and I just go mad and get stuff. Is she worth repairing? I take no responsibility on fixing this machine anymore. So I only fix the machines on my collection. So this machine, the thing is, to do the bearings, you got motor bearings, you got to take all the side panels off and then get to the motor that way. And even still, no, actually, you can't, because you've got to get to the motor. You've got to get the motor out of the machine because you can't get the nozzle into the. I do not know how many working hours it's got. I've never checked, and I don't know how to on this machine either. Just serve gems? No, I don't have any of those gems anymore. They kind of annoyed me really because you're about to throw them. Can I help you check it after the cycle finishes? Yeah, maybe we'll see how much. Mum's there. What do you want to say?
How many working hours does the Miele have currently?
So since we got it brand new, there's a way you can figure out how many hours this machine's worked for.
Go on then.
But you can't do it now. You got to wait for the machine to stop.
My favourite supermarket to shop
The Sainsbury's.
is Sainsbury's. Oh yeah, Sainsbury's is good. Especially if you've got the Nectar card. That's very good. Can help you check it off.
It's a live stream, this is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a video. It's a.
Sugar.
It's a live stream.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why people are commenting on here as we're talking.
What they say now. Love your mum's commentary. Oh, thank you very much.
They all miss that. When you used to be in the background of it, or you'd be doing stuff and making noise with all the.
Oh, they can see me. Look.
Yeah, they can.
They can see
Yeah,
my
that's the
hand.
problem with the chrome door machine.
Oh, I should go over there and. What else has anyone
No, it's
said?
right. You're not in your pajamas like you normally end up being.
Hello everyone, how you guys? What you're doing on this Sunday afternoon? It's so dreary out
Afternoon.
there.
It's an evening.
Okay, it's evening now.
All the shops are closed.
Hello Brandon's mum, who's that? Laundry in the North Pole.
He's called Noah, but I call him North Pole.
And Racer.
Joe.
Hiya everyone. The machine has done very well for all the use.
Yeah, because you've had this machine 17 years now, and that's
Have you
20 years of what Miele's meant to be.
Have you told them about when it's making that dry noise?
Yeah, it's called the motor bearings. They heard it doing the spin.
When are you gonna? Your mum is hilarious. When are you gonna fix it then?
Let me fix it.
The dry cycle.
You can't.
Can you put water in it? Will make it.
Water in the motor. That's how you rust the bearings out doing that.
No, if it's a dry cycle, wouldn't the wet of the cycle?
No, you've got to put oil in the motor to stop it making that sound.
Then do it then.
You can't get the back of the machine off. You got to do it. Take the whole motor out of the machine to do it. So I have to take all the side panels off the machine, and then that Miele make it hard to do that, unfortunately.
What does that say?
I remember the wash feature for this.
Yes. This one, laundry in the North
That's
Pole.
Noah.
I know. Yeah, if you.
He's trying to get onto the railway, but he's saying how hard it is as well.
What does he want to do?
I think he wants to be. What is it you want to do, Noah? Again, is it you want to do conductor as well? He's trying to apply for Northern as well, but he's said that it is hard to get in the railway.
Yeah,
it's very
no.
competitive.
The tests and all are just crazy to do. You've got to go over there and switch the heating on. I'm not.
How much are we going to use up on the heating?
What? On you cold?
Not really.
Alright, we'll freeze.
You know what's annoying though? I realised I took all my bloody chairs with me.
Yeah, I know.
Well, because you didn't want that bloody kickstall here.
Where are you going to sit? I'd love to meet you.
One day, mate, it'll be one of my dreams come true.
Oh.
I feel like a bloody celebrity somewhere, but you actually want to. We definitely will.
A meet and greet.
Once I got a better place for my machines to sit in where you guys can actually properly see them in action. I want to be a train driver, but I'm trying to get employment at Northern. It's bloody difficult. I didn't think they'd be that hard, but apparently it is. I suppose when you do go externally, though, it does make it harder.
Oh, well, good luck anyway.
Yeah. Try anything, even ticket office or something like that for 6 months and then go up. It's very hard, not for customers, but even customer service. Yeah.
No.
Anything that's safety critical, they make it hard as well. But if you try and get in like ticket office or something like that, or cleaner, you try with cleaner as well. But I think because they work in the depots is why they have to be PTS trained.
How many people have you got here?
17 at the moment on it. If I'd done the live stream a little bit later, there'd be a lot more on, but because...
No, 17 is enough.
No, you get some people have loads. There's a guy called Reese, the one I was telling you about. He does his live streams late at night. He gets like 20 odd people in his last time doing.
When do you want your dinner?
Oh, 6 o'clock in the morning. What's the most used cycle that your mum uses? Express 40.
Yeah, no, 40, yeah.
Yeah, but do you know...
cottons.
No.
Yes, I do.
You do Express as well?
No, Express is... I do it when the...
No, you're supposed to cover it up now.
I'm not covering anything
How many
up.
times I have seen you using Express 40 on this machine? And I look in the drum and it's a load of white sometimes.
No, alright, listen. I do a 40 cottons and then afterwards, if it's quite wet, I sometimes do Express.
Right.
What?
My mum's got a habit of doing this. She'll put the machine on cottons and we know how long the final spin is on that machine, yet my mum will still put it on an extra spin and there's no need to do that.
It is, because this machine is rubbish now and
Okay,
it's holding the water.
Okay, let me ask you this then.
What?
When I told you to get a Miele, I told you to get a 1600 spin machine and you went and got a bloody 1300 one.
Yeah, excuse me, Bradley is right. Look, saying what my mum does. She uses 40
That's
washes.
a bad habit, because 40 doesn't really... 40 is only for stuff that can't handle high temperature. Otherwise, if you're using 60 or not, that's why the machine's making that awful noise.
So what, you want me to change to 60?
We should be doing that at least for stuff.
No, but then it'll shrink my clothes.
No, it won't. I've seen you use 95 on this machine. How many times?
No, that's very rare.
That's what that... No, you never use 95.
40-ish.
Yeah, on Miele's, I told you yesterday, you can make Miele's go faster than what they have been sold as.
Yeah, only for, and now that your thing, it's lower flavour.
60 will shrink the stuff story of my life now, it says.
Yes, see?
Yeah, but I have put this stuff on 60 and nothing's happened to it. But there was a time...
Oh. Bradley uses
1695. That's literally the story of how I use my machine. That's why I never need to do a maintenance wash on my machine. Because the amount of boil washes I do.
Right, for towels?
Towels, 60, yeah. Does your mum overload? No, she underloads.
Why? Doesn't...
What is it in the white washes? It's like 2 shirts and about 6 pairs of socks.
Well,
that is your white.
That's because I haven't got many white clothes. I'll have to go and buy some more white clothes to make my...
Oh, there we go. That's going to spin that, I think. No, it won't. Oh, it will. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, you see what I mean?
Yeah, that's because the shock absorbers that go on this machine. You can't fix shock down what the shocks are. No, who was it, right? Who was it that's got a machine? No, oh, right, Auntie Shirley, we say. What she does with her machine. She buys a washer dryer and never uses the dryer on it. Yet you spend about £200 more for a washer dryer.
My mum overloads.
Yeah, there was a collector that was talking about how his mum on wash day would put all the clothes on the floor and then just ram everything into the machine in one go and then wondered why it jumped around on spin. I think out of everyone who overloads, it's probably me. That's probably because my machines are only like 4 kilograms. I missed my Miele. Wow, I would used to have one. I think we're one of the only people around who have got a Miele. Everyone has got Indesit and stuff around them. Tell you what though, I've said to people, you'll never find a rented accommodation with a Miele in it. They will never spend that much on a rented machine. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. No, same with me. Only I'm allowed to use my machines unless someone knows how to do the cycle with them. If I have bath towels, I'll put the 2 big bath sheets in once or 1 duvet cover. I used to wash bedding and towels together until I was told it's not a good idea. Because the duvet cover would ball the towel. I remember this machine gashed the door. Yeah, actually you can still see it to this day. There's 3 gashes there where the drum hit the door.
You should have cleaned that bit before you done it.
What do you mean clean that bit?
The silver bit.
Okay, hang on a minute. Why do you let it get that dirty?
I didn't. You done it.
That's you. That's you with the. That was you with the
Chinese.
Chinese. That was you with the Chinese last night. That's the additional second rinse I was doing. Don't, because you're not gonna be able to get up now.
My legs are
Exactly why I don't kneel down like that. No. With that, it's going to put all smudges on it.
No, hang on. Sorry, everybody. You've got to make it look nice.
You should use mirror cleaner.
People will...
Use mirror cleaner
Yeah,
or something.
wait. Sorry, everybody. There.
No, there's streaks all over that.
That's
now.
looking nice.
No,
now.
it's not. There's streaks all over the thing now. And what's this?
Oh, that's...
What's that? It's greasy.
Yes, okay, I'll clean it.
You haven't cleaned up the conditioner part of that. I opened
I
it.
have
There's,
done
there's
it.
There's white gums in there.
Brandon, don't tell everybody. We can speak about this
Poor
off
honey.
air.
Who said honey? Oh yeah. Someone said poor honey. Because in Italian, Miele translates to honey. Or any Italian person I meet, I always go, how... What did your mum think of this machine? Where you spent £579 on it back in 2009.
Yeah, well, it has lasted a very, very long time. So...
When it should do. It's a Miele. They're built to last 20 years.
But I think it's slowly dying now.
Oh yeah, it is.
So... But...
I wash bedding and towels to get the bedding up before. I do that, but sometimes the buttons come undone during the wash, or they break off. I've had buttons snap off my duvet.
And all the pillowcases and all go in the corner of the duvet.
No, I did a wash in my hot point with bedding and towels. 2 bar sheets got bored up in the duvet and the whole machine went to spin through itself across the room. Keep us clean, should be made to 2025. To be honest, I think if you... Yeah, if you make it to 20 or 25 years, you should get out of this machine.
I'll be dead by then.
What?
In 20, 25 years?
No, this machine's 17 years old.
Hmm.
So you've only got like another 3 to 8 years?
Yeah, I could be dead by then.
I'm going to talk about that shit.
She'll make it to 20.
What's your mum going to do when the Miele breaks?
Cry.
No, it won't break on its own. I'll be the one to take it and break it myself.
Then Brandon will have to buy me another machine.
I'll probably get you a second-hand Miele. Probably get another one. But this time I'll get you one, and I'll get you like the Premier 500 model or something. When did you get your old white night dryer from you had in the kitchen?
Oh,
That dryer sat here for 10 years of us not using it. We bought that. Oh, we bought that from. It was in 2001. We got that. Was it Curry's? Yeah, it was Curry's. We got it. Was it Comet? We got it from one of those two. Spider sense go on these. No, it means the drum spider, not there's not like a tarantula in it.
Shush.
One time, I tricked my mum. I left the spider I had spare that's now on the WD-64, and I said to my mum, "There's a big spider in the living room." And Mum said, I showed her how big it was. Mum ran there and said, "There it is," and then she just saw the spider on the floor. Shush is a no, is picked up on the way you say it. Shush. No. You just felt, they just saw that, they did. I never got to film that white night dryer, unfortunately, but it was loud. I don't know why, it was really, really loud for some reason from brand new. It used to sound like an industrial refrigerator when it was on. Come back at 6, yeah?
Bye, everyone.
She's gone. Did it break? The drum got jammed on it and half the elements stopped working on it. Basically what happened to it. Probably the condenser. There was one for sale a while ago, actually. It was... The only thing that annoyed me with White Knight is they didn't put wheels on their dryers. They put studs on them. So when you moved it out, it used to mark the floor. I remember our next door neighbours had a WIL. I think they did. Or... No. It was a WIE127 they had. Then it got replaced by a Hotpoint WM72. That broke. And now they got a IWC model, I think. This is the third and final intermediate spin now. Hey, I'm glad you guys got to have Mum back on the channel for a bit. Look, my hand's gone numb. I'm sitting on the floor. How many spin dryers do I have? I think at the moment it's... Hang on. 1, 2, 6. I've got 6 spin dryers. Still want a few more if I can find. Yeah, I've got 2 Hoover ones. Yeah, I missed that W562 so much. Sad thing is, I can't even find the disc I had where I actually had some old videos of that machine. Don't know where it was, but I did. It was low quality Samsung like videos back in the day on like a D600. No, I ban the use of detergent balls because they clatter around the drum and make an awful noise, and they get melted in washer dryers when they go into the drying cycle. Detergent is only allowed in the drawer. Honest to God, I missed that W564. I remember the first day we got it, I took the day off school. Unwrapped the machine at like 9 AM or something. We had to wait for like 4 PM for my dad to come over and install the machine. Bearings went on the machine, but it was my own fault because I kept messing around with the feet on the machine and the machine shook itself to death basically. I mean liquid detergents. I don't use liquid detergents, I deem them illegal in my machine, so. And even then, only liquid would be allowed in the machines that have a liquid insert to them, so. But dosing balls in general are banned from my machines anyway. Oh, what did you get? Pick up a temporary machine. Nice. Becco has been sold, by the way. It went the other day. No, motherboard, it was my fault because I kept unleveling. The machine was literally never level. It was literally so bad it used to bash the units on every spin. It was so. I did shorten the life of that machine. They are bad, better in honest, yeah. Oh, lucky you finding a dishwasher. I can never find cheap dishwashers where I am. Exactly. I still know loads of people using W Mason's days with no bearing pressures, but unfortunately the one I had, I caused. It was that and Mum using low temperature washers that also killed the machine off. No, I don't like the WFKs, so I never be getting one. Hang on, we can see inside. Is it an Electrolux Insight or something? Or is there another one I didn't know? Aside from using the dryer. Which dryer? If you're talking about the Boltnex, it's always cotton's covered extra dry unless it's a synthetics load. Oh, right, okay. One of those little tabletop ones. Final rinse. Popping in for a few say hello. Washing and mowing. How are we doing? Okay, God. I've got pins and needles on my feet. Zanussi. Depends what's being dried. If it's normally cotton sensor drying one uses. Oh God. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, I want to be able to get an action cam. Well, I do have one, but I need to get a waterproof light that can withstand heat. When is the next temporary washer or washer dryer? I don't know, there might not be one. We're not doing washer dryers for temporary though. They are not to be, because they are just too much of a nightmare to film. I don't know really what will be. It depends if anything turns up that I can get. Yeah, Bosch washing machine is the best. Oh, I love the Bosch I've got. It's so quick though, that's what I like. It's good at, just needs a bit of a clean up. So the final rinse should be slightly shallower unless we do it all for one level at this one. Because Miele's know not to dilute their detergents, their conditions. I do Bish Bash Bosch. Like an older Bosch though. Thing is, out of all machines I search for, Bosch like the one I see the most common of. What's that noise I can hear? Something whining. I love when the machine does this, just literally stops itself like that. Nope, I absolutely hate those Logic's new dimensions. Absolutely think they are one of the worst looking things that Bosch ever did. They were an American style Bosch machine effectively, so they cannot fit under UK worktops. They are designed like the controls are on top. They sort of like don't have anything to do with Bosch in a way. It's like the way they look. I think Service Slimline's film one, it was the Logic's 10 I think it was. Get those flour and water leaf powder in professional form. You can, yeah, you get quite a lot of stuff in professional powders. So I think I've had 30 wash machines. Bloody hell! What? Do you remember your Miele Sunslocking went on the floor? I know, I honestly wish the W Classic wouldn't cut out so much. But that machine cuts out with the littlest Sunslog. It annoys me because the pipes are clean and everything and that. It's just, yeah. I remember the Samsung Silver Nano. Which watch has actually got one of them? But someone threw one out round here a while, many years ago in lockdown it was. And it had the door missing off it. Piece 7 on the fascia because the front panel's been dented and it's a piece of cardboard. So it stops the front panel rattling on spin. Because if you know with Miele's, they got enough, if people know Miele's, there's nothing holding the front panels of the machine at the top basically. I'm having curry tonight as well, I think. And we got leftover Chinese from last night. On to your final spin. Nope, it's on rinses as you can see there. What are you doing? It's cold. You feel cold. What are you doing?
Putting the Ring doorbell.
No, you're feeding the birds again, aren't you?
No, Ring doorbell.
That's not what I had. Yeah, I have to do the same thing with fascia tips. Well, this only happened when the machine came out from Australia. They'd done something to the front panel of the machine and I can't seem to bang it back out again.
Should I do the dinner after the 6 minutes?
No, you can do it now, man.
I'll be in the way.
Oh, what's it? That thing that's always in the way is what I call you, isn't it?
I'm not a thing.
You're not a thing. So you're not the little walking hand from the Addams family then, yeah?
Just talk to your
Like
friend.
that. Which spin speed is that? 1300. Not the fastest. This machine's only a year and a half younger than me. Wow. That makes me feel like we're having a machine this long. I don't think anyone in our family has been able to say their machine has lasted that long. I don't actually know anyone who's had a machine longer than about 5 years in our family. No, actually that's true. Nanny's had 3 machines in the last sort of 20 years almost. Auntie Shirley's been through, well, maybe Auntie Shirley's one. They got that 2008, so yeah, that's kind of lasted, but that's literally now on its last leg. They actually were supposed to getting it repaired, but I don't know if there's something they can't fix, so no. It is against my rules to limit spin speeds on machines in my collection, so they will always do their maximum speed for whatever program. The only time I touch the variable spin is when I want to muck around with it. Yeah, Nanny's still got that Samsung Eco puzzle, which is basically newer generation than the one I've got in the house at the moment. Right, here we go. Well, in fact, that's doing 5 minutes. It's going to do 1300 in one go, I think that is. I've never seen it do on a 95. It's never... What do you misbehave?
It's going to go boom boom. And hit the sun.
It's a smooth, balanced spin, that is. Which is unusual for a load of power. You can hear the sound of the motor there. Does Mum have a speciality dish? Your cottage pie, isn't it?
Cottage pie I do. And I make cake.
Oh yeah, Mum makes cakes as well, cupcakes.
I be like curries.
This is ISL 70C. Yeah, I knew someone who had one of those actually, those dryers. Yeah. What's happening with the Chinese? You haven't done?
No.
That's on the bob. Well, I ate all the chicken balls, didn't I? No.
Yeah.
A what?
Your milkshake.
What milkshake?
White chocolate and raspberry.
The what?
White chocolate and raspberry.
Raspberry. Say raspberry really loud.
Raspberry.
No, say it the way you normally say it. Say it. Should do
White
a
chocolate and raspberry.
raspberry. Why do you say it like
I
that?
don't say it.
You do. They'll agree. Say it.
Raspberry.
Raspberry.
Say it your way then.
Raspberry.
Raspberry.
You know you're in. Oh, hello. You know there was that at the back of the drum. A knob thing there, look. Yeah. Well, I might do a live on my Miele next week and just do just that.
I've been cleaning that.
Yeah, I know, it's good.
With a brush.
A brush.
The regular brush.
A wooden brush. Oh,
It's really good. It's from Shein.
Shein, oh that. There we go, 1300.
That's really good.
There's a weird serious sound. It's strange hearing this because my W classics sound way higher than this when going up to speed. The door's vibrating a little bit, but that's nothing more unusual for a Miele. That's from doing my black spider. And I did towels that get the door glass twice there. Why don't you limit spins on machines? Because it's against my rules to do it. They use a similar motor, but it's because their pulley is bigger, so the motor spins faster. But I noticed that the motor is louder on the W Classic because it buzzes more during the main watch. But it does make the machine sound a lot more powerful than ramping up. The only thing is it gets a bit confusing with their programming. It's their W1 program, which is kind of a bit annoying. Oh, there you go, there's limescale breaking off the drum there. They're louder since they're just regular DC. That probably is why. What am I going to use now? Whatever is suitable for the load I'm doing.
Conditioner when they get towel.
Some people don't. Some people don't use conditioner at all for anything. What does? Well, that's because we've got hard water. No, but also, what do? You put them in the dryer or hang them up?
I hang them
well,
up.
Well, that's why. That's why. Because when you hang dry stuff, it doesn't dry soft.
Yeah, but then I can't put it in the dryer because I only do a small towel wash.
Yeah, I don't get it with the W Classics either because they're 7 kilo. Well, they say they're 7 kilo, but I see no difference between this and the W Classic and drum size. I did never like the W3164 because it's got a whole part of the fascia, it's got nothing on it. Right, actually, that's so. Miele's now go on to a long anti-tap. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, your legs are heavy.
Yeah, I've been sat on the floor for ages. Also, the W Classic I've got, it's got a louder door release than this.
Yeah, look, they're sticking to the drum.
Yeah, that's what the Creeder Rhythm Spin doesn't. It's 54 litre W Classic. I feel no difference. Literally, I feel like I fit the same amount in the W Classic as I do in here. You know, it is officially probably the largest capacity machine I'll ever have. Because I don't think anything fits 8 kilo for my allowance. Needs a D-scale, yeah, probably does. Program finished, yeah. Yeah, the whole... That's what happens when you live in London. The water here is not even hard. It's very hard water. I think it's the worst water in the UK. With where I am is soft water, so it's hard for me to go from the way I dose detergents here to how it is in... Yep, I tumble dry everything I do.
Yes.
Well, or if I'm using stuff in the washer dryer, yeah, that's another thing. Everything goes through a dryer. Good today. Oh, let's put a bit of water in there, I think.
Oh, good.
So you did dry something.
There's a tablet there. You've got a headache.
That was on top of the machine.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know what you did, but yeah. My nan lives in North Harrow.
Oh.
Oh, I know where Harrow is, yeah. So here you are. Program I'll do is cottons, and then that's cupboard dry. Because you got iron dry or damp dry. Yes. No, iron dry, cupboard dry, strong dry, which is cupboard extra dry, and then there's extra dry, and that bone dry different. And then we go. So we do 2 minutes of sensing the load before the dryer actually. But just like the bolt net, the back of the drum doesn't turn on this. Only the outer ring does. I know it's hard water here as well. Literally in London you'll be descaling your kettle minimal every 2 weeks. Although this machine says 8 kilo, the drum itself is more like 10 kilo. Because this, why do I come with different? Because I just do. Again, line drying is one of the things I say, it's against my rules. I'll never do line drying because it ruins stuff, but also it's, you basically throw water into your room and putting it outside means I get pollen all over my stuff. But I'm a guy that washer dries everything because I will always often use a washer. If I have a washer dryer, the WG64 was permanently plumbed in. That machine probably literally used for everything I do. Any smallers I have will always go in that machine. Yeah, now that's sensed it, so Aaron 29 will be tumble dry faster. Well, it's pumping water, so it must have had leftover water in there.
Just want to have a little curry and then
Yeah, we'll do that. More curry. I want to check the working hours now. Go on then, let's see how we do it on the Miele. There's a way you can get into the menu and check how many hours this machine's done. I wonder what the mystery machine is. I wonder too. Hopefully it'll be the last bloody one I ever do for a while now. It's getting annoying having to keep doing it. Oh, I don't need some of that sticky stuff remover on there as well. Actually, we shouldn't. Oh no. So I'm waiting to see how we do this. Probably get into the menu, isn't it? I'm going to see what. They will be good to know how many hours. So press and hold the start button, turn the machine on, and then release the button and quickly press it. See if that's worked. No, that'll not get into anything. Try again. Very hit and miss, it says. Did that not work? Try again. Bloody 8 hour, just does it. Try again. This machine's a very fussy one to do. Start and hold that. This is refusing to let it action. Right. The stop LED, isn't it? There isn't a stop LED on this one. Ah, okay. Press and hold the start button, turn the machine on, then release the button and quickly press it 3 times. Hold down the 3rd time. Oh, anti-grease, yeah. Okay, there we are. We're on to something now. I don't know what we're on now because it's flashing through something. This better not be the programming mode I'm on. Okay, now turn the dial 4 times clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, here we are. Hours. 9, 5, 9, 1. 9,591 operating hours this has got.
wow.
Look. So look, hour, and let's say 9,591. So that's how many hours since this machine was ever brought, how long that's been.
That's weird.
Bloody hell, that's quite a lot of hours or something.
Your food's there. And then
She's probably going to be on that. Right, let's try and get the door open.
Are you having with your legs?
No, I'm going to come off the live stream in a bit. Yeah, there we are, she's drying in there. Yeah, and there's the sticker there. Yeah, that is what London water will do to your machines. The trouble is that no descaling agent will even get that out. Now currently done the display, show you, isn't that the spin test? It does, but this distributes and balances. This one doesn't go into a service bin like the menu models do. Because I tried it once and it won't spin anything heavy in there. Do you use rinse hold on your machines or not? Only if I need to stop the final spin because I'm not going to be there to watch it. But other than that, I never use rinse hold because I'm always there. So, what this does, it just counts down quicker if it knows the load is going to be drier. Nah, this has been drying for like 15 minutes now, pretty much. Do love watching dryers go around. There's a £20 white knight compact one I might get near me, see if I can sell that on. It's a vented one with the old type Phillips door on it. So I might get it. Yeah, I do like the fact that the back of the drum doesn't rotate on. It's a bit like my Boltnet one. But you can dry a full double duvet in this. With no problem, it'll actually tumble it. There's more there. You rarely get much condensation on the side of it. Alright. Well guys, I'm probably going to get ending this live stream now because my dinner's ready, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I thought I'd do that while I was down there. I am going to try and film a laundrette tomorrow before I go to my nanny's, so... Electrolux Waskers W562, I hope. It's a pleasure doing another live stream. Once the new machine is revealed at some point, I don't know when, I'm trying to put a gap between the last revealing and the next one, and then that should be it. We can start filming other stuff. What have we done now? Trump.
Not hot now.
We just want to nuke it now.
Let's nuke it, man.
When I eventually get home, I'll watch all the Miele. When I get my home. Get whatever Miele you want, I'll say. Definitely something from that range if you like. Just something more advanced with the menu on it would be good. With the scroll menu. And the ones you can change all the options on. Right guys, it's been a pleasure doing a live stream.
Bye.
You all take care, have a good Sunday evening.
Thank you guys for talking to me too.
Say what?
No.
No, I haven't got it on you. It's on me.
No, it isn't.
It is. It's on you.
No, don't put it on me.
Yeah, it's on you.
Bye bye, everyone.
Why have you got such a big box of surf?
No press.
Alright. Thank you very much, guys. And as I say, don't forget to keep it supreme and...
Keep it with the flow.
No.
Keep the flow going.
Because you notice I spent 10 years in this house doing it.
Sugar, what was it? Go with the flow.
Yeah, keep it supreme and go with the flow.
Keep it supreme and go with the flow.
There you go. Look once more.
What?
Look at the camera once more.
No, I don't.
Yeah, look.
Keep it supreme and go with the flow.
See you later, guys. Yes, we'll end.